Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the pre-formulation study under subject Industrial Pharmacy 1 as per 5th semester PCI syllabus. In this lecture, we will discuss about the introduction and objectives of pre-formulation study, types of pre-formulation study, and solubility profile analysis under physical properties of new drug molecule. So first is, what is pre-formulation? Pre-formulation is a group of research and developmental studies, and it may be described as a phase of drug development process in which various physicochemical properties of a new drug substance are studied in order to develop a safe, effective and stable dosage form. The drug development process is the journey of a new drug molecule from its discovery phase to its eventual marketing. Next is objectives of pre-formulation. The primary objective of pre-formulation studies is to develop a safe, effective and stable dosage form, which is further achieved by fulfilling the following specific objective. Number 1, to establish the structural identity and a suitable quantification assay method for the new drug substance. Number 2, to establish different physicochemical properties of the new drug substance. Number 3, to establish its kinetics rate profile. Number 4, to establish its compatibility with common excipients, and the last one, to establish its stability parameters. Next, the types of studies which are performed under pre-formulation study. Number 1 is identification and quantification of new drug substance by a suitable analytical method such as ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, infrared spectroscopy, NMR spectroscopy, mass spectroscopy, HPLC, TLC and GC. Next, number 2, physicochemical properties of new drug substance. Under this category, the first point is solubility profile analysis. Under solubility profile analysis, the aqueous solubility, pH, pKa means dissociation constant, partition coefficient, dissolution, salt form of the drug, common ion effect and solubilization techniques etc. are studied. Next point is bulk characterization of new drug molecule. Under this point, crystallinity and polymorphism, particle size analysis, flow properties, bulk density, melting point and compressibility etc. are studied. Next point is chemical properties. Under chemical properties, hydrolysis, oxidation reduction, polymerization, isomerization and decarboxylation etc. are studied. Next is kinetic study of new drug substance. Under this kinetic study, drug release kinetic study and degradation kinetic study are performed. Drug release kinetic study is performed to estimate the rate of drug release from a particular dosage form and the mechanism by which the drug release occurred, and degradation kinetics is studied to estimate the shelf life of a particular drug. Next point is stability analysis. Under this point, the solid state stability, solution stability and pH stability profile of a new drug substance is studied. And the last point is compatibility study of new drug substance with common excipients. In this compatibility study, the compatibility of new drug molecule with common excipients are studied in order to develop a stable dosage form. So first one is solubility profile analysis. Solubility analysis is a critical step during preformulation study, as the dissolution, absorption and bioavailability of a particular drug is mainly depends upon its aqueous solubility. Solubility of a drug in aqueous medium is further depends on several factors such as pH, pK or dissociation constant, temperature, partition coefficient, dissolution, common ion effect, salt form of the drug, co-solvency, etc. So, it is essential to study those factors which are associated with the aqueous solubility of a drug in order to develop a safe, effective and stable dosage form. The fate of a drug molecule after oral administration follow the following order. First is dissolution, that means the drug must be dissolved in gastrointestinal fluid. Then absorption, drug is absorbed through the gastrointestinal membrane and then it reaches to the systemic circulation. Now the fraction of drug that is reaches to the systemic circulation is known as bioavailability. In case of IV or intravenous administration, the bioavailability of a drug is 100%. Now, it has been reported that the drug with an aqueous solubility less than 1% or 10 mg per ml will suffer from a bioabsorption related problems in gastrointestinal tract. Next is determination of aqueous solubility. Aqueous solubility of a drug is determined by the equilibrium solubility method, in which an excess amount of drug is added to purified water at a specific temperature and agitated for 60 to 72 hours in order to obtain a saturated drug solution. After that, the samples of the suspension are withdrawn at a specific time intervals, then filtered and quantified by a suitable analytical method such as UV spectroscopy or HPLC to determine the equilibrium solubility. It is expressed in milligram per ml or gram per ml. Now, if we plot a graph x-axis the time intervals and in y-axis the respective drug concentration, then a plateau point is observed after which the drug concentration is constant, and if we extrapolated that point to the y-axis or concentration axis, then we get the equilibrium solubility concentration. Next is effect of pH and pK or dissociation constant. Determination of pK or dissociation constant within pH range 1 to 7, that is the gastrointestinal pH range, is essential in pre-formulation study, as the absorption of drugs at biological site is mainly depends on their degree of ionization. Degree of ionization is the ability of an acid or base to ionize itself. Further, the degree of ionization of a particular drug is depends both on pH of the medium in which it is present and its pK or dissociation constant. Now, majority of the drugs are weakly basic, almost 75%. 20% of them are weakly acidic in nature and only 5% of them are neutral or amphoteric in nature. It is generally found that the unionized form of the drug is absorbed predominantly from the gastrointestinal tract than their ionized form. Weakly acidic drugs are mostly unionized at acidic pH of stomach and therefore they are absorbed from stomach, whereas the weakly basic drugs are unionized at alkaline or basic pH of intestine and therefore they are absorbed from intestine. Now, the interrelationship among the pH, pKa and ionization of drug at their absorption site is governed by Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. For the equation for weakly acidic drug is pH equal to pKa plus log ionized drug divided by unionized drug, and for weakly basic drug pH equal to pKb plus log unionized drug by ionized drug. Now, when the concentration of ionized and unionized drug becomes equal, then the pH became equal to pKa or dissociation constant, as the log value of 1 equal to 0. Next is determination of pKa. The pKa of a drug can be determined by one of the following methods. Number 1 is ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, and number 2 potentiometric titration. Next is intrinsic solubility or true solubility. It is defined as the equilibrium solubility at a pH where the drug is fully present in unionized form. To determine the intrinsic solubility, drugs are solubilized in their respective acidic or basic medium where it is fully unionized. For weakly acidic drugs, acidic medium or acidic buffer generally used, such as 0.1 normal HCl, and for weakly basic drugs, the basic medium is used. Generally, phosphate buffer are used for determination of intrinsic solubility of basic drugs. Next is partition coefficient. The partition coefficient is a measure of relative lipophilicity nature of a drug, usually in their unionized state. It is defined as the ratio of concentration of unionized drug distributed between the organic phase or oil and an aqueous phase or water at equilibrium. So, the equation for partition coefficient is P equal to concentration of oil by concentration of drug in water at equilibrium. Generally, for the determination of partition coefficient, N-octanol or chloroform is used as a organic phase and purified water used as a aqueous phase. Partition coefficient values are expressed in log form or log P. Partition coefficient values of unionized drug provide an idea about the rate and extent of absorption across the biological membrane of gastrointestinal tract. Higher log P values associated with better absorption. Next is determination of partition coefficient. To determine partition coefficient, Sek flux method is used. In this method, a specific quantity of drug is added to a mixture of two partitioning solvents and shaken for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, the lower aqueous phase is separated by runoff and the concentration of drug at each phase is analyzed by a suitable analytical method such as UV spectroscopy or HPLC. Thank you.